It's amazing what can be done with just 3 lights. In our next sequence, we're still going to use only 3 lights. And remember, we're still only using the small self-contained units, nothing larger than an Elinchrom 500, a 500 watt-second flash unit. We're going to use the same 3 accessories that we've seen so far, the umbrellas, the honeycomb grids, and the softboxes. But we're going to take them out of the studio. We're going to go on location to our client's house, and we're going to see how the same 3 accessories can be used to create depth and dimension in our customer's home, producing an attractive portrait.
In the client's home, I want to create a very natural effect. There's nothing prettier than a portrait made by a window. But how about the control that we can have with the flash? Let's think about the difference. The window is large and it is soft. We have a very soft light source. However, we're a good distance from the wall. We'll have more of a 2-dimensional portrait with a background that's going to go very dark. We can create the same effect of the window with the large softbox. Using the internal diffuser with the external diffuser, we're creating a large, very soft light source, just exactly like the window, except we will have more control. We can feather it forward, we can feather it back. So we're going to have exactly the same quality of light on the face. To add a 3rd dimension, we're going to take another soft light source, the translucent umbrella. We're going to shoot the light through the umbrella. We're going to create roundness on the model's shoulder. We're also going to illuminate the background. Another advantage to the translucent umbrella is we're going to actually get 2 lights in one. The light bouncing back against the light walls in the room is going to add a base of illumination to the entire scene. For added depth and dimension, we'll use the honeycomb grid to accent the hair and to add a little more detail in the flowers. Before we bring in our model, let's take a final check on the output of each flash. We're going to set the softbox at F16. Why F16? We're going to get a little more depth in the set. Next, I'm going to check the wall. We're at 8.5. Stop and a half difference. So we're going to get a richness in the wall, a little deeper tone. However, if we were using the window alone or the softbox alone, that would drop down 4 stops. It'd be virtually black. It's the translucent umbrella that's helping us out. How much light's hitting the shoulder? F11, 1 stop less. But remember the angle that we're going to strike the hair. It's going to bring out the detail. It will appear as bright as the key light. Anytime that we bring a light this way, from the center back, we want to put it 1 stop less. A final check on our grid, F11, and we'll set the camera at F16. Judy, if I could bring you in, please. And I'll ask you to be seated right over here on the edge. There's an obvious advantage to having everything preset. Judy's fresh, she's busy, she doesn't have a lot of time. Yes, we can come in and make little adjustments to the grid to fit her hair or the accent light on her shoulders, or we can even feather the main light source. But remember that we want to complete this part of the sitting in 3 to 5 minutes. We want to do some close-ups, some 3/4. We can even have her standing for some standing 3/4. Other than just the grid being changed just slightly, the other 2 lights will stay exactly the same. Lighting is simple, keep the posing simple. But let's remember a few basics. We want to cross-light the woman. Judy, if I can turn you this way just a bit more, just turn your body toward me a bit, right to there, perfect. You can just kind of keep that pose, and we'll turn your face back across, all right there, just that side of the camera. Now we've got a nice feminine flowing pose. We can photograph this close-up or 3/4 length. If we want to add a bit more movement, all I have to do is drop her this way, right here, and we'll always want to watch our props and make sure that we have those in the correct position. Or we can scoot Judy toward me a bit. We can scoot you over, Judy, a little bit more right into here. Once again, let me turn you away from this light. Drop on your left hand right into there, put a bit more weight out there, and turn over. Or how about taking your elbow up behind you here on the piano, right into there, perfect, or bring your hands together like this. Okay, now we'll just take your whole body down, twist together, and bring this hand over. Just bring your hands together a bit. Okay, right into there, perfect. And looking off here. And then with just slight camera movements, side to side, we're going to be able to change the background. We'll get a lot of variety in about 3 to 5 minutes. Adding the lights one at a time, starting with the honeycomb grid. A little accent on the flowers, depth and dimension and highlights in the hair. Adding the kick light, the translucent umbrella, is going to add a third dimension, roundness to her shoulder, additional hair light, and detail into the wall. The main light, completing our portrait. The room is light and airy enough that the light going through the translucent umbrella, bouncing around the pastel room, in addition to the bounce from the main light, gives us our fill. Once again, grid, F11. Translucent umbrella kick, F11. Main light, F16. Camera, F16.